Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our BDM webinar. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you're already part of our growing BDM family, we're honored to have you here with us tonight. Now, those who joined us early got to hear some timeless wisdom from Jim Rohn. His message reminds us that success isn't just about making a living, it's about making a life. Before we begin, let's take a moment to recognize those who joined us early. Welcome Bob Richardson, Christina, Chrysalis, Coach Kim, CJ, David Richards, Gary Carlson, Jean Thoreau, Joshua Velez, Marilyn B., Peter Kwangwa, Peter Mack, Tom Leonard, Victor Anaya, William Diaz. Welcome, welcome. Tonight I'd like to begin with a question. What do you stand for? When life is over, what do you hope people will remember you for? Will they remember the size of your bank account, the car you drove, the house you lived in, or will they remember the lives you touched? There's an old song that says, all we are is dust in the wind. If that's true, then what is the purpose of our few years here on earth? Are we simply born to go to school, work, pay bills, grow old, and disappear? I don't believe that's why God put us here. I believe every one of us was created with purpose, created to love, created to serve, created to leave the world a little better than we found it. The Bible says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Jesus told us it is more blessed to give than to receive. And Proverbs reminds us, a generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will himself be refreshed. Last Sunday, our webinar focused on the power of intention. One of the fascinating discoveries from modern research is that when people sincerely act for the benefit of others, they often experience unexpected benefits themselves. Studies in psychology, medicine, and neuroscience have consistently found that people who regularly practice generosity, compassion, volunteering, and kindness tend to report greater happiness, lower stress, better health, and often live longer than those whose lives revolve primarily around themselves. Even more remarkable, some studies have found that people who intentionally prayed for, encouraged, or focused compassionate thoughts toward those who were suffering frequently experienced healing in their own emotional and physical well-being. The Bible taught these principles thousands of years before science began studying them. Jesus said, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." And the Apostle Paul wrote, God loves a cheerful giver. And Proverbs tells us a generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will himself be refreshed. Perhaps God wasn't simply giving us a command. Perhaps he was revealing one of the great laws of life. When we become a blessing to others, we often discover that we ourselves are blessed in ways we never expected. Success then isn't measured only by what we accumulate, it's measured by what we contribute. Money isn't the destination, it's simply one of the tools that God places in our hands to lift the burdens of others and leave the world better than we found it. Its greatest purpose isn't what it can buy for us, it's what it enables us to do for others. Jim Rohn often taught that we should strive to become wealthy, not simply to own more, but so we can give more, serve more, and make a greater difference in the lives of others. I believe he was right. Imagine what the world would look like if millions of ordinary people stopped asking, how much can I get? And began asking, How much good can I do? Imagine if success and generosity walked hand in hand. That's the vision behind BDM. We're building more than a business. We're building a community where focus on helping others improve their financial lives as a result of and as a result, our own finances are often improved. A community where we focus on helping others improve their health. And when we do that, our own health often improves. A community where we encourage others to be the very best version of themselves, and a community where success is measured not only by what we earn, but by the lives we touch. Because when thousands of ordinary people each do a little, extraordinary things happen. Let me show you what I mean.
What I'm about to share with you is one of the most affordable, most rewarding membership opportunities you'll ever come across, and it goes beyond making money. BDM Charity Club is your opportunity to give back and get rewarded at the same time. For just $20 a month, you become part of something that actually matters. Here's how it works. Your $20 monthly membership does two powerful things simultaneously. It feeds an orphaned child for approximately 10 days, and it puts real money back in your pocket. Think about that for a moment. At roughly $2 a day to feed a child, your $20 membership directly translates into 10 days of meals for a child who has nothing. No parents, no safety net, nothing except the kindness of people like you. And here's something I want you to really sit with. Even if BDM never paid you a single dollar in return, $20 is nothing in comparison to the satisfaction that comes from feeding a hungry child. You don't need a financial reward to make that meaningful. The reward of knowing a child ate today because of you. That's something money can't fully measure. But BDM doesn't ask you to choose between giving and earning. You get to do both. BDM Charity Club pays $10 per referral back to our members. With just 50 people in your network, you're earning $500 a month while feeding hungry children around the world. For most people, an extra $500 a month removes a tremendous amount of stress. It covers a car payment. It pays off debt. It creates breathing room. Did you know that most network marketing millionaires didn't start with a goal to become a millionaire? They started with a goal to earn an extra $300 to $500 a month, and they had a specific reason, a bill, a dream, a need, and when they hit that goal, they realized they could keep going. With BDM, 30 to 50 members gets you there, like most other companies need hundreds. And here's something I want you to really hear. Refer just one right person, and over time, you could potentially earn 7 figures. I know of 2 real examples where the top money earners of 2 separate companies were referred by individuals who only earned a one-time fast start commission, while the people they referred went on to earn millions. At BDM, we've created a unique and generous compensation model where the one right person could make you wealthy. That's why we say one is great, but more are better. Because duplication is what creates income that makes you proud. The more people you share this with, the greater your chances of finding that one person who changes everything, and more people joining the charity club translates to more children being fed. So let me ask you something. Would you like to help feed starving children while changing your own life at the same time? Are you ready to be part of something bigger than yourself? If the answer is yes, BDM Charity Club is for you, where giving creates growth and your generosity comes full circle. Click the join button below and start giving today. Because somewhere right now a child is waiting for their next meal and you can be the reason they get it. Click the join button and start feeding a hungry child today.
Several years ago, we were introduced to an orphanage in Uganda. Since then, we've been able to improve the quality of life for orphan children in meaningful ways. We've helped provide beds, mattresses, school supplies, food, and other basic necessities. But the truth is, their needs are still far greater than current resources. Right now, one of the children is in the hospital. He cannot leave until the medical bill is paid in full. The orphanage is behind in its rent and faces the possibility of eviction from the modest housing the children now call home. Too often, there simply isn't enough food, and some of the children go to bed hungry. Those are difficult realities, but they're also problems that can be solved, not by one wealthy person, but by thousands of ordinary people, each doing a little. If each of us invited just a few people to become part of the BDM Charity Club, together we could provide consistent food, help keep a roof over these children's heads, and return them back to school. And one day, fulfill our dream of purchasing a farm where they can grow much of their own food and become increasingly self sustaining. That's the power of community. Now I'd like to introduce you to some of the children whose lives you're helping to change. As you watch these pictures and short video clips, remember these aren't just faces on a screen. These are children with names, children with dreams, children who laugh, play, pray, and hope for a brighter future. They're not strangers. They're part of our extended BDM family.
Buli mufaliso buli ku blanket. Nani ana blanket hiyo?
Okay, you saw where many of the children spend their afternoons laughing and playing. Next, you witnessed children praising God. And then you saw the school books we were able to provide when funding was allowed. And you saw the simple food they prepare over an open fire. They exist primarily upon hominy grits. Next were the beds and mattresses that members of our community help provide. Each picture represents something very important: hope. Not perfect circumstances, but hope. And hope grows every time another person decides to care. Let's go ahead and open up the line for any of you that would like to share your feelings about BDM and what we're trying to achieve. Feel free to unmute or raise your hand. We'll take you one at a time. Who would like to go first? Christina.
Hi, I really enjoyed your introduction because you say it with such love and such truth and your expression is beautiful. And I think that that message will really resonate with many people, because my experience has been that people have been more edged out, and I haven't really spoken to very many of them, but to introduce the charity club to help people get in touch with themselves, I think is really, really important. And in fact, people that are so selfish and so self-centered and really don't care about anybody else, there can be another approach to them. It's like, look, you can benefit from this, and even if you don't give a damn, as a side effect, you're going to be benefiting somebody else. But you can do it for the money too, because that's what I'm finding is that people are like not very nice. Anyway, this introduction, I hope, will soften many people's hearts. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Christina. And truthfully, sometimes we do things for selfish reasons. And, giving, does the farmer always, a greedy farmer can plant seeds the same as, a charitable farmer, and the seeds grow the same, right? So what you said, Christina, really has a lot of meaning. Thank you. Anybody else like to share?
Hello, Gwendolyn Green here.
Hi,
How's
Gwendolyn.
everyone this evening? Hi, hi. Yeah, I just recently discovered BDM, and I discovered it through the gas club, the grocery club. And I look at it, and lately, I attend a few meetings, quite a few meetings, and there's a lot of emphasis now on the charity club, which I believe is a beautiful thing. Charity is a beautiful thing. But I also, like I said, I came in with the information about the car club and grocery club. And I think I love the concept of helping people take care or benefit from those everyday expenses so that they can become more charitable. Because when people are just struggling to survive, I think that's what we're facing now. Why people may be less charitable at this time is because they themselves are just trying to survive. So first, I want to know, like I said, I came in with with the information about those clubs. I want to know, are they still in effect? And the system, the composition system with those. And when I signed up, there was the ability to come in for free and have people like sponsor you, or are those is that still in effect?
That can still be done, yes. And you made some really good points, Gwendolyn. Uh, whether people come in directly into the charity club or the wellness club or through the dual stream clubs, the gas club, the car club, the grocery club, the house club, it really doesn't matter because once they come in, they have the opportunity to earn from all of the clubs. So it doesn't matter
Beautiful.
really which door you come in. And some people are focused on, like you said, the gas club, for example, expenses that we all have that are meaningful. And if we could take care of those, that would help us to have the money to be more charitable. So yes, all of those are still there. They're still available. And what I'm hoping, we have people that are focused on different, avenues of people coming in. I would really like to see some people step up and start doing some webinars or conference calls, whatever, focused on these different things and invite the entire uh, group, the entire community to join into those things. Now,
Yeah.
giving you a little experience from my own history, and I've been in network marketing for 61 years. Been
Wow.
very successful. I went to the top of 7 different companies, and primarily the reason I was able to do that, one of the big reasons, is because I would step up. I would start doing conference calls, or later on webinars for the entire company, for anybody in the company who wanted to join. And that's how, I guess that's how I became known. But it's the same principle. The more people you help, the better your own circumstances become. And if you help a lot, then you're going to receive a lot. Zig Ziglar said it best, I think. He said that you can have everything in life that you want if you just help enough other people get what they want. And so those people who will step up, start doing webinars, conference calls, helping the entire team, they will end up being blessed more in return than what they give. And so that's what I'm asking for is, you know, so I don't have to carry all the weight. I can't, I'm one person. I'm running the company. How many company owners do you see out there in front doing webinars, doing conference calls? You know, a lot of company owners, they may show up once in a while on by invitation, but they're not out there doing, everything out front. And so, you know, help me if I'm right, let's all step up and do something. And it's not that you have to be some kind of expert, because certainly I'm not. I'm not a person, uh, I grew up extremely shy. And when I joined network marketing at the age of 14, let me tell you, that was a big thing to tackle, my shyness and then trying to reach people who were capable of building an organization. Because most 14-year-olds, most teenagers, that wasn't their thing, especially in a day when there were no tools. We didn't have internet. We didn't have all of these fancy videos and tools that we have today. We had to, you know, sit in front of somebody, maybe write something out on a napkin, the napkin presentation, or, later on we had business kits. When you joined a company, they would oftentimes give you a business kit. You might have a binder with some pictures and whatnot that you could flip the pages and tell a story. Those days are kind of gone. We live in a different world today, and so it's just about getting out in front of people, and the more you do it, the better the better you'll get at doing that. So yes, I would love for people to start, you know, focusing on the different clubs, having webinars, uh, telling that story, because there's a lot of people out there that are suffering from the price of gas, the price of groceries.
Yes.
Many, many people, struggling to keep their car going. The cost of repairs can sometimes be more than the cost of payment on a new car. And and of course, there's a lot of people that need a new car, and they could do that with the car club, house club, you know, upgrade, pay your rent or buy a new house with what could be earned through the house club. And it doesn't stop there, because as you scale up, you can get into these elite clubs. All we need is a little bit of momentum. Once that momentum comes, you're going to see people upgrading, upgrading, upgrading to the different clubs, and and then it's all over. The world will soon hear about BDM and want to join.
No, John, that is so powerful. I myself, I have a marketing program, and that's why I got so excited when I saw this information about BDM, because I hold meetings weekly talking about moving people from survival to sufficiency, where
Hmm.
they're able to give And so that was why I'm so excited. That's why I'm so excited about these. I call them survival clubs, where we can talk to people and say, hey, listen, we understand you're struggling, but let's help you so that now you can help others. So that's the angle that I'm marketing from. And we really, that's why I'm so excited about these other programs. And when I come on, I ask about them because I just want to make sure they're still in effect. You're going to
Right.
start seeing a lot of people coming in, and from my end, because that is what we're talking to people about. We're saying, hey, we have a way to help you to meet your everyday needs. And I would love to connect with you and invite you to one of our presentations because we have them 3 times a week. 3 times a week.
Okay. Yeah, please do that. I would love to join in. And as long as your focus is on bringing people into BDM, then I would
Yes.
encourage, then we can share your link if that's okay with you and
Yes.
allow other members of our community to come in because that may be what they want to focus on. You know, it's we don't all have to have the same story. We can have
Right.
many different stories because we're all different. We all have a different history. We all tell the story differently. And I love your approach, Gwendolyn. Uh, that is just, that's a beautiful approach and will appeal to many people. So let's get together. Do invite me. I'll come join in, and let's see if we can work together to expand our reach.
Sounds beautiful.
Thank you,
Yes.
Coach
Thank
Kim.
you.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I just wanted to weigh in around what I've appreciated so far about BDM. I've only been on board for about a week or so, maybe 10 days, and I'm learning new things regularly, daily, and I love picking the brains of people who are around me, who have been in for a little bit longer. And one of my big takeaways is that this is it's almost like a quilt. It's such a variety of angles that you can come in at. It's kind of get in, not just where you fit in, but get in where you'll flow. Get in where you can make your best impact. Get in where you can spread your wings and be versatile enough to watch and listen for others. So in the space of that example for me was I came in at the wellness portal because I was excited about, holistic health and anything that's going to improve people's standard of life and lifestyle and just, feeling better. When you feel better, you do better, you move better, all of that. And I was just rolling with that. Like, this is great. I'm loving it. Let me order some product. And it was no problem. And I was excited about it. I shared my link around, and then someone joined with me, but he joined the guest club. And without, I found out after the fact, but it just gave me pause like, oh, isn't that interesting? So now I'm over in dual stream as well. And, I joined the gas club and, I'm going to do all four of those clubs over there. But what that reminded me is that you can lead by example, but it's also, I think, wisdom to see where other people are and don't necessarily try to force them into the cookie cutter that you have presumed is the best. You can you can spread a big meal for someone and then they come and they're like, oh, I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat barbecue. So it helps to just listen to people and see where they are. And see what's going to help them because we talk about people being poor and being absent, but there's also a poor in spirit, and meaning that you're overlooked. People don't hear you. They don't slow down enough to see where your gaps are. So I think there are some spaces where we can really connect with people and help them on many levels with this program.
Absolutely. Thank you, Kim. And you're one person I'd like to see step up and do some webinars.
It's in the works. I'm just trying to get my T's crossed and my I's dotted. Because I ask you 50 questions a day, so I'm writing down all the facts.
Well, we sure appreciate you and thank you for sharing.
Of course.
Gary Carlson.
Hi, John. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. And for those who don't know, Gary is the owner, one of the owners of TerraMune Health, the supplier of our wellness products. So glad to have you, Gary. We haven't heard from you for a while.
Yes, I've been buried with in between projects and just haven't been available. So I'm glad I was able to join tonight. And I love everything you're doing, and I love all the feedback I'm hearing. And I had a really nice dialogue with Coach Kim recently about the Wellness Club, and it's all beautiful what we're trying to do here too. And just to let everyone know on the call that we are. In the middle of a big project in South Africa where we're going to be donating a bunch of Teratol because it has such strong natural antiviral properties to South Africa. We have a group over there that is going to do a study, prospective study, more or less a questionnaire on patients that are at an AIDS clinic that are suffering with HIV. HIV is a virus, and a God-given natural antiviral should be able to handle almost any virus because viruses work the same. They infect a healthy cell to replicate and spread. So um, God created a product like a compound like humic and fulvic acid for a reason. And we're excited to be part of that. And we'll certainly share those results as we get them. In context to the Wellness Club, to to Coach, to add what Coach Kim said, it's just another entry into the BDM community. There's no forced monthly prescriptions. It's an option for folks that are looking for improvement in foundational health. Teratol, humic and fulvic works with anything that you're already doing to improve your health. It helps to enhance micronutrient uptake into the cells while keeping bad stuff out, like viruses, heavy metals, etc. So it's nice in the BDM community that it's simply an option and at a very good value. I was just looking at my own bill that I just got from the grocery store, and I try at 61 years old to eat as healthy as I can, and I'm a big fan of cereal. So while I miss Captain Crunch with Crunch Berries, I'm not gonna lie, I do eat a healthier cereal that costs me $7.12 per box. It's a little pricey, and I go through 2 boxes a week. When you add that up per month, I spend $56 in cereal, which is really not giving me a heck of a lot of nutrition when you consider the value of Teratol. It's really in perspective when you think about it that way. But yeah, I just wanted to say hello to everybody and just remind everyone that, if you're looking to enhance your health, Teratol is a beautiful option. And again, it's given to us by God.
Well, thank you, Gary. And let me make just a couple of comments, springboard off of what you said. When when I had my nutrition company Shop Fremart, we had the fulvic and humic minerals. And in Africa, the people there are so typically deficient in minerals that when they would take the fulvic minerals, that they had literally miraculous results. That so that was our big seller in Africa was the humic and fulvic minerals. They just absolutely loved it. And the stories that came out of that were just amazing, life-changing, uh, lives being saved, health being turned around. Right here, one of our members um, was in a coma 4 or 5 years ago. and lost the use of his legs. So he had been in a wheelchair for over 4 years. Started taking 2 bottles of the fulvic minerals each month. So he doubled up his dose, and after a month, he was able to get out of his wheelchair and start walking. Just baby steps, but he could literally go from one room to another without the aid of a walker or wheelchair. And so, I mean, that's absolutely amazing because when you haven't used muscles for a period of 4 years, they begin to atrophy. So you literally lose a lot of that muscle tissue, the ability to use those muscles. And for to have that big of a turnaround in a very short period of time is truly a miracle. And that's not the only one. We have a number of stories, testimonials already from those products. So I would encourage people to participate in the Wellness Club if if you're interested in your health. I know it's an added cost and people are struggling right now, but as you're able to, as you share with others, you're earning money from BDM, then I would encourage you to join the Wellness Club and take advantage of those products that Gary is providing for us at 50% off of the retail price. Any other comments or questions?
And thank you for that testimonial too, John. I'll just add too, since I'm thinking about it, we do we tweaked or enhanced the formula for one of our products. We now call it super immunity. We added some critical immune vitamins, C and D3. The product used to contain just more minerals, magnesium and calcium. We called it broad antiviral. So we've enhanced the broad antiviral formula to be more immune pointed based on customer feedback. So we do have stock of broad antivirals still, and it's a BOGO sale until we sell out. So if anyone from the BDM is ordering that, they're really going to get a heck of a deal there because they can order a bottle of the broad antiviral for 50% off, but then we'll just ship an extra bottle. So really, instead of $24 a bottle, they'll get it for 12. So that's a good way to get 250 milligrams per serving of humic and fulvic into your system. So that while supplies last, we have that.
Okay. Well, thank you, Gary. I certainly encourage everybody to take advantage of that. We've had some great testimonials on the antiviral. Christina, you want to share a testimonial? I think you had a testimonial about the antiviral.
Yeah, I done mute. Yes, I've used the humic fulvic and one other product, the daily detox, and the antiviral. Well, I came down with this virus, shingles. I couldn't believe it, but it happened. And so I started just doubling up on the antiviral, and it did go away very fast. I guess things have to run its course, but compared to other cases that I know of and how it looked like, I mean, it came out of my shoulder, and the whole actual look of it was like practically gone within a week. Then, of course, the nerve pain continued for its process, but I do believe that it lessened the pain some, that it lessened the amount of time that it did take to go away. It's been completely gone now. I think it probably lasted probably about a month, which I guess is kind of average in a sense from what I read, although some people seem to have it lingering on and all that. But yeah, I do definitely credit the antiviral product with the healing of that and the relief from it really, because it was quite painful. But it definitely lessened it. And sometimes when it would hurt a lot, I'd actually take an extra one. So I believe in the products, and I still do take one a day of that and one a day of the humic fulvic. And then I take another one of the daily detox in the evening with another of the humic fulvic. So I love your products, and I recommend everybody to just give it a go. You just can't believe, sometimes you don't feel it immediately overnight, just before I even got the shingles, that oh yeah, that's right. When I first started taking it, I had this pain in my hand, down like my thumb and my forefinger, and within a day or two, I didn't have it anymore. So that really impressed me a lot right off the bat. That was just taking the Humic fulvic straight. Yeah, so
Wonderful.
that's what I wanted to share. Yeah. And I love Gwendolyn what you said. I love Coach Kim what you said. And John, I have to tell you too, I got my desk all set up and I got my new computer all set up. And I too am going to make myself get on that computer and talk because
Awesome.
I'm not real shy. I just have to be organized and knowing what to say. Because remember, I'm the person that doesn't even know really how to do Facebook, but I will. So.
Very good.
Yeah, because I love the different clubs as well, So anyway,
Mhm.
thank you everybody, and thank you, John. Thank you,
Thank you,
Gary, for your
Christina.
wonderful product. Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you to everyone who shared tonight. So, as we prepare to close, I'd like to leave you with one thought. The world doesn't change because one extraordinary person does everything. The world changes because millions of ordinary people each decide to do something. No one of us can feed every hungry child, but with enough members, no child would need to go to bed hungry. We start by taking care of this orphanage, then another, then another. Someone asked Mother Teresa, "What do you do every day in the streets of Calcutta?" She had a wonderful response. She said, "Every day I see Jesus Christ in all of his distressing disguises. I see the unfolding of Source, the unfolding of God, the unfolding of Spirit in all that I encounter." So the question isn't whether $20 will solve every problem. The question is, will enough of us come together to make a difference? If this vision resonates with your heart, if you believe success is measured not only by what we accumulate, but by what we contribute, if you believe the scripture which says, those who give will receive, then I invite you to become part of this community. Join the charity club if it's right for you. Join any of the clubs if it's right for you. Commit to a low monthly payment of $20 to bless the children. Share it with others and watch how the seeds you sow multiply and return far more to you than what you have given. Help us build something that will still be changing lives long after we're gone, because businesses come and go, products come and go, but a community united around compassion, generosity, and purpose can leave a legacy that lasts for generations. Thank you for spending part of your evening with us. May God bless you, guide you, and continue to use each of us to become the answer to someone else's prayer. Good night, everyone, and we'll see you at our next BDM webinar.
Good night, everyone.